Hello and welcome to Crooked House Gaming. Here at Crooked House Gaming, we like to explore the gameplay of simulation games, usually through a series of Let's Plays. In this episode, we will explore the gameplay of Democracy 4. Democracy 4 is a political sim that lets you choose the role of a world leader and govern your country. If this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, welcome. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future episodes. Democracy 4 is by Positech Games. It was released in October of 2020. This game is in early access, so the game is not yet complete, and the gameplay may have bugs. I have no idea how to play this game, so this may be a bumpy ride. Democracy 4 is in patch 1.37. That patch was released on August 30th of 2021. Let's jump into the game and see how Democracy 4 plays. Now, we have a lot of countries to choose from. I know that when this game originally launched, it only had the United States and United Kingdom, so it looks like they've been updating the game and they've added several other countries. I am going to start our gameplay in the United States of America, as I live in the United States of America. If there's any interest in this series, we can explore other countries. The United States of America is the world's third or fourth largest country by total area and the third most populous country in the world. Americans are racially and ethnically diverse population that has been shaped through centuries of immigration. The United States is a federal republic and a representative democracy. It is a founding member of the United Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and NATO. The USA is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. Looking at the stats here, the population of the United States is 328 million as of January 2020. The size is 9.8 million square kilometers. The largest city is New York City. Agricultural land is 44.5% of the total land. Ethnicity is 76.5% white, 18.3% Latino, 13.4% black. Top tourist destination is the Grand Canyon. The national anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner. The most popular food is cheeseburger, and the biggest industry is real estate. Here we get to choose our party name and our opposition party. I don't know if any of these parties are actually real parties, and I would really not like to offend any parties by misrepresenting them and playing them wrong. I'm just going to pick something like the Party for Change. The opposition party, I will make the Dominion. We're going to keep the color green and red. We're not going to select compulsory voting. I would prefer the population to have the option not to vote as well as to vote. We're going to do 2 parties for this playthrough. And I'm not changing any of the other difficulties, as this seems to be set by the developer, and I believe the developer has done a lot of research into this game. And I know he's been updating it. The Democracy game itself has gone through several versions. I believe Democracy 3 was made in 2013, and he's updated it. He's updating Democracy 4 to reflect some of the political changes. While he is not political, as he said in some of his blogs, the politics are pretty interesting, and we'll see how the gameplay works. So let's dive in. Congratulations on your election victory. Welcome to your new job as president. The lives of 328 million citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with as soon as possible, while keeping an eye on long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Do not forget that you face re-election in 4 years, so you will need to monitor the opinion polls and our party membership. Good luck. At the recent election, your party won the majority of 10%. This will give you some political power to implement your policies. The GDP is sort of a little bit above halfway, health is a little bit above halfway, education is a little bit above halfway, poverty is a little bit down, crime is a little bit above halfway, as in unemployment. Let's begin our term in office and see how this works. Every time I click this button, it represents a quarter, and 4 quarters for the year. So we'll try to do 4 quarters. This episode will be 1 year of my presidency. Let's take a look at our cabinet. Okay, we could immediately shuffle our cabinet, or we could leave them as is. Take a look at them. She's a liberal and a socialist. He's parents and liberals. She's a motorist and parents. See, I'm also looking at the political capital, which is this number down here, because that political capital allows us to enact policies and make changes easier. Motorists and parents. She's a trade unionist and socialist. I'm going to get rid of her right away because I don't want to deal with the trade unionists. And let's hire some new. Okay, this person is for the liberal and the wealthy. We also want to look at, he specializes in tax, so we want to find someone who's specialized in tax. Caitlin Turner is tax. She brings 1.9 political currency to our administration. She represents socialists and state employees. I'm going to take Caitlin Turner. While she doesn't have the biggest amount of experience, she's got some political capital, and socialist and state employees seems to be something that we can work with right now. So I'm going to hire her. Public services, motorists, and socialists. I'm probably going to be moving away from traditional combustion type vehicles, so she might not be happy with us, so I'm going to fire her and go into public services. Let's hire someone for public service. We got Paul Jones here. He's for the liberal and the wealthy. I really don't want to deal with the wealthy right now. Here's Lindsay Morales. She's a patriot and believes in middle income. She brings 2 points of political capital to our administration, so she might be an option. Yeah, I think I'm going to hire her. And let's take a look at this one. Yeah, I'm going to fire Lauren Lopez. We could always hire them back. So I've spent 3 political capital trying to juggle my people around. Luke Harris is for the wealthy and the conservatives. I'm not really interested in that. Nathaniel Ruiz is for the conservatives and the socialists. I'm probably gonna shake some things up with the conservatives, so he might not be the best choice. He doesn't really have a lot of experience. He's for parents and youth. Erica Cruz is for environmentalism and middle income. We could try Erica Cruz. Oh, welfare. He's really mad at us. We can't fire him though. Can we fire him with no political capital? Yes, we can. How nice. Let's hire somebody new. So we're going into welfare. I'm going to hire Brian Morris here. It looks like the other people don't get along with some of these people, and that's what happened. And we lost some political capital. Oh, probably because we fired people. We have 13 political capital. We just came into office. We're not really popular because we just got rid of a lot of ministers. We have antisocial behavior in our country, and that is going to affect. See, the red lines bring things down, and the green lines bring things up. So antisocial behavior elevates crime. Alcohol consumption elevates antisocial behavior. Antisocial behavior lowers our tourism, which would lower people coming into our country and bringing us money. Views from foreign countries, how they view the United States. And the conservatives do not like antisocial behavior. Unemployment also elevates this. Community policing would bring this down, as would CCTV cameras. I'm not ready to implement CCTV cameras. The police force would also bring it down. But if we do community policing, working with the community rather than attempting to control it. Community policing encourages the police to better understand the needs of the local community, especially in areas of ethnic minorities. Critics sees this as an expensive waste of money which could be spent on more methods to cut crime. It doesn't cost any political capital to raise this. It's going to cost us money, but it will. Look at how much it lowers our antisocial behavior. See this red line right here? The lighter one is over time. It's going to take 5 terms to implement. It might take over a year to implement this, but look at how much antisocial behavior is going to lower. Body camera cost is going to go up. It's probably where our money is. Violent crime is going to go down a little bit. Regular crime is going to go down a little bit. Racial tension is going to go down a little bit. And unemployment is going to go down a little bit. It's going to cost a chunk of change. We're going to implement that. We should also probably look at where our spending is going. Okay, military spending, I believe, is probably pretty high. We have an overwhelming force. We don't need an overwhelming force. It is going to take 6 political capital to lower this a little bit. So let's lower this a little bit. We'll lower it to about here. That's going to reduce our cost about $20 billion, which we could use for something else. Are we definitely on 6? Yeah, we're definitely on 6. I'm going to apply changes for that. And we have 7. We have a problem with obesity. So let's take a look at this. Do free school meals, but I really don't want to do that. Let's take a look over here. Public services. We could do a healthy eating campaign. That would lower obesity, it would improve health, it would improve some plant-based diets, so we could try that. It's 59% popular with voters. Healthy eating campaigns. Through cooking shows, advertisements, and specials in newspapers and other media, people are encouraged to be aware of what they eat and what results of healthy food are and how to cook a good meal. This raises overall health of people while reducing obesity, and we are trying to reduce obesity because obesity also affects productivity. It's free to raise it. Let's just do it all the way to the end and we'll apply changes. We got 5 political capital remaining. Agricultural subsidies. The farmers like it and the capitalists like it. We could do food stamps. Food stamps improves health. The poor like it, the socialists like it, and the farmers like it. It reduces poverty. It increases equality. It increases poor earnings. We could do biofuel subsidies. We could raise the income tax. I don't want to do that right away. We just lowered military spending. We could do a telecommuting initiative. Telecommuting or working from home is seen as desirable because it reduces the pressure on the transportation infrastructure, and it can be an improvement on people's quality of life. It's also welcomed by parents. This policy offers tax initiatives to companies supporting this option. Commuter membership would go down, car usage would go down, parents would be happy, productivity would increase, the trade unionists like this, telecoms industry likes this, and the commuter likes this. We could implement this. It's free to implement, it just costs money. It's going to be implemented in one term. Let's raise it to about there. What does she want? She's an environmentalist and middle income. What do the middle income people want? They want a lower property, they want a lower income tax, health tax credits. We could do that, we could do health tax credits. The health tax credits is a system of tax reductions and credits designed to encourage people to spend their money on private healthcare in order to reduce their tax liability. This boosts healthcare without involving state-run hospitals or employing doctors, but its effect is limited to those people with a society earning enough to be paying tax in the first place. We could raise it a little bit. We only have 3 points, so we can only raise it 3 points. Let's apply the changes. We are going to end this turn, and that will be the first quarter of our first year as president. So let's see what happens when I hit that button. They're shuffling, and we're seeing the cause and effect. This game is very much about cause and effect. Here's our report. Education is down. Unemployment is up. Poverty is about the same. The GDP hasn't affected. Our data is showing that we have a potential bad situation, technological backwater on our hands if we do not act soon. We have to avoid this blue line hitting the red line. Because we cut spending in the military, we are not developing new technologies for the military, and so we're not improving on our technology. So we're going to have to find another way to improve our technology to avoid this start trigger. Banned tobacco adverts. There is a proposal for a law to outlaw advertising tobacco on television. Although it would remain legal to advertise on billboards and other means, a TV ban is seen as a potential way to reduce smoking by our citizens. Reject the ban. There's no direct 100% proven evidence that tobacco is anywhere near as harmful as some of the pressure groups claim. Millions of our citizens enjoy a smoke without a serious ill effect. This example of a nanny state, trying to tell people what to do, it's their bodies and their decisions. Approve the ban. Smoking kills millions of people prematurely every year, and it's highly addictive. Any steps the government can take towards reducing the number of people suffering from smoking-related illness is welcome. People will still have the right to smoke, but this reduces the chances the next generation will take it up. We have respiratory illnesses in our country. It's a major problem. I think banning tobacco adverts on the television would definitely help to reduce this, as it says in this approved ban. This reduces the chance that the next generation will take it up, so I'm going to select approve the ban. The liberals and the people who use tobacco, they don't like us. Their approval rating of us went down to 19%. Polls report. The 64% of the people who intend on voting, our approval rating is 53%. This is a focus group. Rebecca Walker is slightly supportive of the government. I don't know what she is. What is Rebecca Walker? Oh, she's one of the poor. The opinion is 62% from the poor people. The farmers, our approval rating is 49%. The retired think we're 16.93. Okay, private schools, people who are enrolling in private schools, business confidence is down, stability is down, education is down, unemployment is up, traffic congestion is down, democracy is down, technology is down. We have to address that technology thing. The tech industry is up. CO2 emissions are down, the environment is down, productivity is up slightly. So let's see what we can do with this technological backwater thing. We have a skills shortage, so we could do immigration with lower skill shortage. So we want to do something to improve our technology. We could do science funding, intellectual property rights. We could do the space program. In some countries, the majority of research is funded by private companies. State-sponsored science can be useful for investing in the long-term research projects for those that may not be commercially rewarding. The benefits of state sector research are freely available to the entire population rather than being parented by corporations. We have 18 political capital right now. It's not really popular with the voters. See how this slider affects things. It would improve the GDP a bit. It would lower state employees. Energy efficiency would go down. That would be it would probably fix itself. We could do 4 points in this. Let's invest in microscopes. We wanted to invest in the space program. We could do that. A little bit of space program here. Invest in your country's efforts to explore space as well as purely scientific benefits. A well-funded space program will boost the level of technological expertise throughout the entire economy. It will also unite the country and encourage patriotism. It will take us 6 political power to raise this a little bit. So we have an array of telescopes. The patriots will probably like us. We can go up to 6. So let's see how our little sliders go. So it's not really affecting unemployment that much. Go to about there. The patriots like us. Unemployment is barely touched. State employees is improved. Technology is improved. We could even do unmanned probes. That would be 11. It would only leave us with 4, but look at the patriots, and the patriot membership goes up, state employees goes up, technology goes up. The religious people don't really like us. Employment's down slightly. Yeah, let's do 11 on that. Yeah, because any more than that is 21. Yeah, we'll do 11 points on that. We got 3 political capital to invest in something. We could do some sort of taxing tobacco. Despite the failure of tobacco companies to admit it, there is a good reason to believe that smoking has a negative effect on health. This is used as a justification for taxing tobacco. Cynics point out that the government benefits hugely from a tax on a product it's supposedly against. Health campaigners encourage the tax as a way to encourage more healthy population. This would take 1 term to implement. Caitlin Turner is only 34% effective. Yeah, let's see how this works. So 3. Oh, we can't do that much. Okay, we'll revert the changes. We can't do much with the tobacco tax right now. What can we do? We could do a tobacco awareness program. That would take 2 quarters to implement. We could do an alcohol awareness program. That's 40% 55% popular is a little bit more popular. Health food subsidies. This would lower food price. This would lower obesity. It would improve health. It would improve plant-based diets. Public services. We could do free parenting classes. The parents would love this. Parents, the population would be happy. Parents' membership would be happy. Gender equality would be happy. It's 96% popular with the voters. Doesn't look like it costs that much. It takes 3 political capital, and it would take 4 quarters to implement. Free parenting classes. Having a newborn child can be very taxing and exhausting on new parents. By introducing these free classes, parents can learn how to deal with the situation, how to raise their babies and have a normal life at the same time. It won't make babies cry less, but it will make the parents more stress resistant and aware. Plus, they will meet other parents in the same situation. It's free to raise it. It is going to cost money. We could raise it to here. Raise it all the way and it costs a lot of money. Let's raise it to about, okay, we'll look at the sliders here. The population's really happy with this. That's a lot of money though. Let's go to about there. Apply this change. That's our 2nd term. We mostly focused on improving our technology. So let's see how we did this 2nd term of our 1st year. Here's the quarterly report. GDP is not moving, unemployment isn't moving, health isn't moving, crime isn't moving, poverty isn't moving, education's not moving. A budget report. Government is currently running a deficit. We should take steps to reduce this. The Evangelical Alliance has been expressing dismay at government policies, so we could watch out with this because they could possibly assassinate us. Security effectiveness is poor, so we might have to look into this. Expand public rights of way. There's an urgent policy question that requires your immediate attention. Expand public rights of way. As we build more houses in our country, once open land that was used by walkers and hikers is increasingly becoming closed off and considered private property. Socialist campaigners have protested these changes and are calling for expansion of public protected rights of way. Take no action. Private land is private land, regardless of whether it's farmland, industrial land, or somebody's garden or yard. The idea that because people have taken a certain path many years that they should continue to have the right to trespass on private property is ridiculous. There are plenty of public roads and parks people can make use of. Expanded rights of way. So much of our country is now private property that people's access to open countryside is worryingly restricted. Does it really matter to a farmer if you have a few walkers or hikers occasionally cross their land on a designated footpath? We should ensure that open countryside and footpaths are easily accessible. We want to work on the health of our citizens, and if they not have the ability to walk, I'm going to choose this expanded rights of ways because it's designated footpaths. It's not traipsing across the middle of their garden. Farmers are not happy. The socialists are happy. We lost 13% of the happiness of farmers. Cabinet loyalty. Okay, she is the environmentist and middle income people. And transportation guy is conservative and parents. I thought we did some things with parents. And we did some things with the environmentalists. And we did some things with the socialists. These people are at least green. They're getting a little bit happier. Socialist state employees, patriot middle income. Yeah, we did some patriot things, so she's pretty happy. So we have 17 political capital to spend. Great news. The global economic boom is having a noticeable effect on our prosperity. Polls report. Oh, we're down 1% in the polls. Disposable income is mostly in the poor. Middle income. 38.94% approval. Poor 64. Focus group is she's retired. 61. Focus group. Motorists raise income tax a bit because our debt is going up. So let's see if we can raise the income tax a bit. It's not really popular to raise the income tax, but we're going to do that. We're going to raise it to about there. We'll get quite a bit. We'll get 70 something billion. Let's apply the changes. Oh, I'm going to take a look at that. Middle income don't like this. So one of our ministers is going to be mad. The capitalists don't like this. Equality, they like this. Socialists like this a bit. So let's apply the changes. On our third term, we raise the income tax. Let's see what we can do over here. We want to avoid technological backwater. Nuclear fission. I don't want to mess with that. Fuel efficiency standards. Would that help technology? Oil demand would go down. Motorists would be happy. Oh, we could do technology grants. That would work. We could do this enterprise investment scheme. Enterprise investment scheme is a scheme that would give tax breaks to the wealthy individuals who invest their money in small startup companies which are based in this country. The scheme encourages investment in companies that would eventually grow and stimulate the economy, whilst at the same time giving a popular tax break to people who invest in them. Obviously, indirectly, the scheme is being subsidized with those without savings to invest. But it would help the self-employed. Capitalists would like that. Self-employed membership would go up. High earnings would go up. The GDP would go up. Socialism would go down. The self-employed income would go up. Let's see if we can do that. It's free to raise. It's going to cost us money. Let's do that. I'm going to go to about there with this. It's going to cost us quite a bit of money. Well, we could do it to about there. Maximum? Oh, maximum. We'll just go maximum. Yeah, we applied the changes. So yeah, we invested in that. We got 1 point. 1 point to spend. We can do 1 point on food stamps. We'll do 1 point on food stamps. Right there. Food stamps is a system where the state will issue vouchers or stamps to citizens with low or no income to ensure their ability to afford food. Unlike giving straight cash benefit, food stamps can only be redeemed for uncooked food, preventing them from using unhealthy takeaway food. Supporters see food stamps as a valuable way to ensure nobody goes hungry, no matter their income. Critics consider this scheme patronizing, no more than papering over the cracks caused by free market failure and low wages. It will help the farmers. Farmers need to like us a bit more. Unless City Farms is an option. Let's see if City Farms is still an option. If City Farms is still an option, yeah, nothing's an option. So we're going to do a couple points in food stamps. We'll do 1 point in food stamps. And we'll apply that change. That's all of our political capital, and we're going to go into our 4th term. This will be the end of our year. Let's hit that button and see what happened. This is the last quarter of our first year as President of the United States. Our GDP is down. That's not very good. Our credit rating was downgraded. Major international credit agencies have downgraded the status of your government debts. This is likely to have a knock-off effect on the GDP as foreign companies become wary of investing in your economy. It will result in the interest rate we pay on our debt rising. There's a good chance that this will upset capitalist voters. You should take action to be able to regain credibility with the ratings agencies by reducing the level of debt as soon as possible. Your current rating is now AA. Expenditure. Yeah, we're gonna have to reduce spending. Trying to see where we could improve tourism. Our oil price is down. Telecommuting initiative cost. The other problem here we have is a national sports star gagged by a foreign power. When sports are business, athletes need to check their contracts before speaking their mind. A groveling apology was issued to a foreign superpower who took exception to support being voiced for a protest movement in their country. Economic forecast. Good news, the global economy is doing well and having a positive effect on our GDP. Polls report. People are indifferent to your government. We estimate getting 58% 50% of the vote for the election. Okay, we had a problem with that. It's like it's dropping. I need to change some of this. This confidence is way down. Tobacco use is down. Traffic congestion is down. Higher earnings are up. Private schools are up. Telecoms is up. Unemployment's up? That's bad. We don't want that. They were technology grants I wanted to see. Technology grants. This will lower unemployment, improve technology, lower religious membership, increase productivity, increase the GDP, and increase our views from the capitalists. The government can provide state funding to encourage business to invest in new and exciting technologies. Although this helps gives us a competitive advantage, we can create jobs. It can be argued that it's unnecessary to distort the market, but it is going to cost some capital. So let's raise it too high. That'll help our technology a bit, I think. Let's take a look at technology. Yeah, it dipped. I'm going to raise it to 4. Yeah, I'm going to use 4 political capital for that. I'm going to see if we can raise tobacco or petrol tax. Tobacco tax. People don't really like that. Raise the income tax some more. We can't raise the income tax anymore. Can we do this? We cannot do this. We're running out of the ability to do a lot of things right now. Alcohol abuse. How are we doing on that? Okay, it's starting to go down a bit. We could tax alcohol. So where are the alcohol tax? Here we are, right over here. I think, yeah, alcohol tax. We have enough. We can tax alcohol. We can only tax it to about 15%. It's not going to bring in a lot of money, but it will bring in some money, so let's apply that change. We are at the end of our 4th term in our first year as president. I think I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I find it really fascinating. Thank you so much for stopping by our Cricket House. If you like what you saw, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think of the series. If there's a lot of input, I can continue with this, maybe a little bit further along. And if you like what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to follow our future episodes. It really helps us out. Have a great week. See you soon.